What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I want to be talking about something I've not seen anyone else cover, and I just thought it'd be fun. One, because you guys know that I always love to just do shit. I do research. When I do gameplay videos, I play for like an hour and use the best fights. When I do this kind of stuff, I just like looking at it anyways. I like looking into it, and I just thought, why not? So we're going to be covering all current champions that are in Esports Box Club to see how many top fighters the game truly has. And like I said, I've not seen anyone else cover it, so I just thought, why not? It was fun to look at. The main reason I was looking, because I actually put it on YouTube to see if anyone else had made a video on it, talking about it, and no one else has, so I just thought, fuck it, I'll make it. So let's get into it. I'm going to be starting with the heavyweights and going down, because heavyweight to welterweight are kind of the most popular weight classes at the moment, especially in casual to, you know, more regular fan base viewing, and then I'll do a separate video for the females. And the reason I'll do that, if you guys want to see it, and the reason I'll do that is because when I done the male and female roster video, is I specifically put male and female in the titles. The male one got way over 6,000-7,000 views, and the female one got less than 1.5 thousand. So it's almost like, as sad as it is, not as many people care about female side of fighting as they do the male, which is just going to happen. It happens in all sports, sadly, but that's just the way it is. I'm not going to do, you know, the female in this video, and I'm only going to go to flyweight. So I'm going to go from heavyweight to flyweight. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump into it. So we're only going to be covering the four major titles, so the WBO, the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC, what people consider the four-belt era. We're not going to be covering the ones that people consider dead. I believe the IBO, people consider pretty dead. I'm not going to be bothered about Ring TV or nothing like that. We're just going to be focused on those four titles. Let's start in the heavyweight division. As of right now, ESBC fighters currently hold all of the heavyweight titles, with Tyson Fury holding the WBC and Alexander Usyk holding the WBO, the IBF, and the WBA. So there is no heavyweight title that an ESBC fighter doesn't currently hold. Now, this doesn't happen much throughout this video, guys. Just be warned, that doesn't happen much. As we now drop down to Cruiserweight, where we are missing 3 of the champions. The one that we do have is Lawrence Akali, who currently holds the WBO. And the ones that we are missing is Marius Bredris, I believe his name is, Arsene Gulmarian, and Lunga Makabu. I don't know how to pronounce his name either. And those 3 are the ones that hold the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC. So 3 champs missing in the cruiserweight. So as of right now, only 1 champion in that cruiserweight division. And then we go down to light heavyweight, where we're only missing 1 champ. We've got Joe Smith Jr., who holds the WBO, and we've also got Dimitri Bivol, who holds the WBA. But the 1 champ we are missing, the 1 champ that I want the most, is Artur Beterbiev, who holds the WBC or IBF. Now you guys have to tell me real quick, is it Beterbiev or is it Beterbiev? I say Beterbiev, but people keep saying Beterbiev. I don't know, you guys have to let me know. But he's the one we're missing, and he currently holds the WBC and the IBF. And then we go down to super middleweight, where yet again, ESBC fighters hold all of the titles. And of course, that is Saul Canelo Alvarez, who himself holds the WBO, the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC. Easy money, baby. So yeah, that's 2 divisions as of right now that ESBC hold all of the marbles for. Now, this is a sad one, guys. The middleweight division, we are missing all 4 champs. We are missing all 4 titles. That is Demetrius Andrade, Triple G, Morata, and Jamal Charlo. We're missing all of them. So that's no titles in the middleweight division. The super middleweight, yeah, is great, but the middleweight itself is non-existent in ESBC. Then we drop down to junior middleweight, where we're missing all belts and all champs again, but that is because Jamal Charlo and Brian Castano, they hold 4 titles. Jamal Charlo holds the WBA, WBC, and IBF, and Castano holds the WBO. So 2 weight classes back to back with no champs and no titles. Of course, we don't know how they're going to do it. They may do middleweight and it be junior, middle, and super middle all pushed into one. Or they may just do middle, super middle, and just have junior and middle pushed into one. But even junior and middle, those 2 pushed into one, are still empty, completely empty. But now we go down to welterweight, where we are missing 2 of the champs. The one that we do have is Terence Crawford, who's currently holding the WBO. And the 2 that we are missing is Errol Spence Jr. and your Dennis Ugas, I believe is how you pronounce his first name. And those 2 together are holding the IBF, WBA, and WBC. And then we go down to the junior welterweight division, where the Esports Box Club fighters hold all of the belts. And that is Josh Taylor, who holds the WBO, the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC. And as much as it pains me to say, Gervonta Davis, as much as I'm a big fan, he holds the WBA regular. I'm not going to say it's a belt worthwhile talking about, if I'm honest with you. And then we drop down to the lightweight division, where we're missing 1 champ and 1 title. However, we do have George Kambosos Jr., who holds 3 of those belts, the WBO, the IBF, and the WBA, but we are missing Devin Haney, who's holding the WBC. Now, according to Devin Haney's own words, he will not be in the game at all. He's just said it on Twitter outright, he's not in the game. But, you know, so far already, guys, a lot of champions here. Then we drop down to junior lightweight, where we're missing 2 of the champs. We've got Shakur Stevenson, who's holding the WBO. We've got Oscar Valdez, who's holding the WBC. And we are missing Roger Gutierrez and Kenshi Ogawa, who them 2 together are holding the IBF and the WBA. And then we drop down to the featherweight division, where yet again we're missing all 4 champs. We're missing Emmanuel Navarrete. We're missing Kiko Martinez. I thought he was in the game, to be honest, but apparently from Googling he is not. We would have had a champ here had he not knocked out Kid Galahad recently. We're also missing Leo Santa Cruz and Gary Russell Jr. I was surprised that we didn't have any of them, to be honest. I thought we did at first, but maybe I was just mistaken. And obviously we're missing all 4 titles, being the WBO, the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC. And then we go down to junior featherweight, where we're only missing 1 champ but 2 titles. The one that we do have, I'm going to butcher his name, Murajon Akamadaliv, who holds the WBA and the IBF, and the one that we're missing is Stephen Felton, who holds the WBC and the WBO. Is it Stephen or Stephen? I'm pretty sure it's Stephen Felton, and he holds those 2 titles. And then we drop down to the Bantamweight division, which for me is quite a sad division, because the one that we're missing is the one that I want the most. And we're only missing 1 champion and 2 titles, but the 2 that we do have is Nonito Donaire, who holds the WBC, and John Real Casimiro, who holds the WBO. And sadly, the one that we're missing is Naoya Inoue, who holds the WBA and the IBF. Then we drop down to the last 2 weight classes, one of which being the junior bantamweight division, where we're missing 2 of the champs. The one that we do have is Juan Francisco Estrada, who's holding the WBA, and we're missing Jawin Akajas, and we're also missing Kazuto Ioka, who hold the WBO and the IBF. And you'll notice the WBC is missing, and that is because currently right now in the junior bantamweight, according to every website that I could find, the WBC belt is vacant. So it'll be interesting to see who snags that up over the next few months. And then in the flyweight division, we are missing 3 of the champs. The one we have is probably one of the most popular flyweight fighters, very well known in the ESBC community, and that is Sonny Edwards. He's holding the IBF. And the 3 that we are missing is Junto Nakatani, Artem Dalakian, and Julio Cesar Martinez, and those guys are holding the WBO, the WBA, and the WBC. So, I mean, if we just have a quick rundown of all of those fighters, guys, all of the world top-level champions that ESBC has in their roster, we have got Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Lawrence Akali, Joe Smith Jr., Dimitri Bivol, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, Josh Taylor, George Kambosos Jr., Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, Murajon Akamadaliv, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Nonito Donaire, John Real Casimiro, Juan Francisco Estrada, and Sonny Edwards. I mean, that's not a bad list of champions. Like I said, guys, the only ones that I'm gutted about, especially, is obviously Triple G. The whole middleweight situation's a bit rough there. We're missing all of those champs, as well as, of course, Naoya Inoue. But other than that, man, we have got some serious champs to play with in this game. You know, this is excluding all legends. This is active champions, guys. This is pretty big, you know. This is when you write it down like this, and the reason I wrote it down like this, and the reason I done it, is, let me cut back to the face cam quickly. The reason I done it is because no one else had spoke about it from what I could find. I mean, there might be someone that spoke about it, but, you know, I made videos about, like, all the fighters that we've seen scanned in and stuff, but, like, the champions, no one's mentioned this, so I wanted to actually look. I didn't want to do the research. I really didn't. I was like, I just want to watch a video on it, but then I was like, no one's done it, so I'm going to have to do it then. Like, you know, that's the way it was. So, and I had tons of fun actually doing it and looking into it. And, you know, I had to search every single champion by name and ESBC after them and find everything I could. Because I don't like the ESBC's website at the minute. I think it's crap. If they happen to watch this, I think their website is crap. I think they need to add the search bar back. And that's really irrelevant. But I just wanted to say it just because I don't like it at all. I think it's really stupid. But, you know, so I had to Google search, like, you know, for example, Tyson Fury, ESBC, Alexander Usyk, WBC, Lawrence Akali, WBC, you know, Joe Smith Jr. I had to do it constantly for every single champion that exists right now, that is active right now, do it for every single one, just to be sure. Yeah, I just wanted to make a video because I wanted the information. So, one of those things where I got the information, I didn't want to keep it to myself, so I thought I would throw it at you guys. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you happy with the champions we've got? Is there any you'd like to add? To be honest, I think we've got a fucking absolute stack. This is just the 4 major titles. This isn't even including all the other, you know, from European to British to English to everything like that. This is just the 4 major titles, and this is crazy. But thank you as always for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.